If you're thinking about moving to Lansing and you think nothing crazy happens here in this area, well, I'm about to prove you wrong, because in this video, I'm gonna talk to you about this crazy summer of 2026 and all the top headlines that were happening here throughout the greater Lansing area. And you wanna stay tuned all the way until the very end, because I'm gonna be also talking to you about the state of the market, which is really important for those of you looking to potentially relocate here. So I'm gonna get started with this next episode right now. And if this is your first time to the channel or your 50th time to the channel, my name's SEYFERT. I'm a top producing realtor in the greater Lansing, Michigan area, and I help people from all over the country, help them make a smooth move to Lansing, Michigan. So wherever you're coming from, I would love to be able to help you out. All my contact information is in the description below. Also, we could schedule a Zoom call if you'd rather talk face-to-face. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when brand new episodes of Lansing, Michigan Life go live. And you guys, we have episodes going live once or twice a week. We have a full library of content that you can check out all the pros and cons of all the different suburbs. So feel free to browse that at your own leisure. Okay, so this next one I'm kind of excited about. I haven't been here in this space to be able to record a video for a little while, so it's kind of nice. I've been outside because it's just been so nice in the summer to be able to take you guys on walks through the downtown or to take you through some of my listings that I have. So it is nice to just be able to get back to my indoor space where I do a lot of videos as well. So this summer though, it's been a crazy summer. And I don't know if you've been following the news at all. Some of these things you might have been hearing on national news, some of these things you might not have, but the first thing that I want to highlight just with this summer has to do with the heat wave. If you've been following, across the country there was a heat wave, but in the Midwest, late June to early July, there was a heat wave where it was crazy hot. My son, he was at a tennis camp. They have the Todd Martin Youth League that they do every single summer. It's a tennis camp that they do all throughout. And it was his first week of the camp and they weren't able to go outside at all. They had to stay indoors because the heat index was 105 degrees. Now, those of you who are coming from Texas, from just areas like Florida, where you have really hot, humid days. The thing is with Michigan is that this really only happens for 2 weeks during the year. So it's not anything to be alarmed about when you hear that we had this huge heat wave, because the majority of the time, our temperatures are high 70s to low 80s. And at nighttime, the humidity goes away. It feels just nice and cool. In fact, I would compare it to Southern California. I just came from there end of June, and I would say like the weather was about what it typically is in Michigan. Like during the day, you kind of like in the afternoon, it feels kind of hot, but not so hot and sticky and humid like it would in Florida. And then at night, it just really cooled down. It was really pleasant to be able to sit outside. That's typically what Michigan summers are like. We just had this huge heat wave for 2 weeks and people were indoors. It felt like Texas for a little bit because everyone was told, do not go outside. So that was the first big thing that happened this summer. The next big thing that happened had to do with the wildfire smoke. A lot of people were talking about the apocalypse, like there was warning that this was gonna happen. And what it is, there were Canadian wildfires that were coming from up north, and those who were in the Upper Peninsula, which if you look at the map of Michigan, we have the Lower Peninsula here, and then above it is like a mass of land that extends over into Wisconsin. And that area, it was like so foggy. And we have had, in years past, we have had some of that haze from the wildfires for the last 3 or 4 years. It's been a new thing that we've been noticing. I don't know if there's anything that Canada or the United States can do to try to help control that, but it wasn't something that was a thing until like the last 4 or 5 years. But this year, it was extremely bad. And the air quality, I guess to be outside, if the air quality is 200 or below, you're good. We in Lansing, for at least a couple days, were at 800 or actually no, it was 400. I take that back. So it was 400, but I want to say like up north, like the further north you went into the higher part of Michigan and then into the Upper Peninsula, it was like 800 and completely unbearable for those people who are up there. I mean, they nicknamed it the apocalypse just because of like, hey, what's going on here? It seems like you watch these movies where you're like, is it the end of the world or something? And it only happened for a few days. And then as time went on, it was, okay. And even, even now, like there could be lingering effects where like for a day or two, it's a little hazy. In fact, I spoke with somebody who was from Alaska who watched this channel, and he said it's typically like that up there. So if you're from up north in the United States, you've seen this before from Canada. But for those of you coming down south, it's not something that happens all throughout the year. It sometimes can happen. You just gotta stay indoors and be aware of it, and be sure that you take some proper protocol indoors as well too, because you don't want the air quality indoors from your air conditioning, to be able to get inside of the house. So you definitely want to be aware of that too. So that was the other big thing that happened. Then the other thing that hit national news was the lettuce parasite. Yes, folks, there was a parasite and known as Cyclospora. And I want to tell you, our household was not safe from Cyclospora. Now, I did not get it. I'm not going to reveal to you who in my family had gotten it. They are still dealing with it. It is a real thing. Some people call this, they have nicknamed it explosive diarrhea because that's what happens. It's an intestinal issue. But what happened with the reason why Michigan got hit hard was because Valley Farms, a lettuce manufacturer, had a lot of their lettuce in Michigan stores, but also it affected people when they were going out to eat, because if it was like maybe a local restaurant that used Valley Farms lettuce, that could have also been a culprit. So Michigan as a whole had the most cases, not necessarily Lansing, but again, it hit my household. It was a friend that I had that also had it. It was not fun, folks. But that doesn't happen every single year as well. This is why I'm saying, like, we had a heat wave, we had the apocalypse with the wildfires. Now we have, now we have something with a parasite. Like, what is happening here? I'm gonna be a little bit more downer on the news because the next thing I want to cover has to do with our construction. So this is an additional season. There's the 4 seasons, and then we have construction season. And this is a real thing. If you've been following my map tours, I do have map tours that kind of show you like, hey, these are where the interstates are. And you see that Michigan is, in particular, because we are in the center of the state, we're surrounded by interstates. We have a bypass, we have I-69, we have I-96, we have an expressway that goes directly north and south through it. And because of that, there's just a lot of infrastructure, a lot of roads that have to be fixed. And so I feel like wherever I've gone, like 127 South and North has definitely had a huge construction season. It went further north. I think when I feature construction in my videos, it was further south on 127, but just lots of detours wherever you go. Like, hey, you can't go on this road. This exit's closed. This ramp is closed. In the downtown area, they're doing extensive work on the bridge because of all the work that they're doing in downtown. So, and that was a video I just recently featured about summer nights in downtown and all the work that they're doing. So they have to make everything right. Even in Dewitt, on Airport Road, a main road, and I'm gonna feature this in a future video, they got rid of all the natural gas pipelines and the road is closed, the ramps are closed, we can't get on the interstates. Those of you who are in Los Angeles, because I just came from there for vacation, or Dallas, or areas where you have millions and millions of people, Chicago, you're probably gonna go, oh, so tough on you for this to be able to happen. Like, that's just horrible because you guys sit in traffic all day, and I saw that in Los Angeles especially, okay? For us in Michigan, because we're used to not having a lot of traffic, yeah, it's a thing where it can just be slightly annoying because you're used to things being within 15 to 20 minutes. I've mentioned that repeatedly on this channel. And now that it takes another 10, 15 minutes longer, it's kind of planned for it. But then once October, November comes, everything should go back to normal. We'll have 3 or 4 months where you can take your normal routes, and then it gets announced to what is the next route. So construction, definitely a huge thing this summer, and people just had to find lots of alternate routes. Hopefully, like, this is just a huge storm, and hopefully, like, it'll be worth it in the end. But I don't know if that's gonna be 5 years from now, who knows? Construction will always be a thing because of the condition of our roads. The next thing I wanna talk about, though, this is a little bit more fun, this is a little bit more positive, has to do with the social media sensations Josh and Jace. They're from London, England, they're TikTok stars. They visited Michigan last year, that made some headlines, They love Michigan so much that they wanted to come back, and they did a 3-week tour in Michigan. And would you know it? A few days ago, actually, they came to Lansing, and they were at the farmers market in downtown Lansing, which is right by the Capitol building. They do a farmers market. They appeared there. Our mayor created a Josh and Jace Day because they came and visited. There were all these just meet and greets. They went to some of the local restaurants. It was super cool. They came to Lansing. We are definitely a destination here in Lansing. It put us on the map a little bit just for a day, but they are going other spots. They went to Grand Rapids, they're going to 𝐸∗ lots of other spots, but they did come to Lansing, and people were super excited about it. And on Facebook, if you went on your social media feeds, you saw all these people saying, hey, I saw Josh and Jace here. Hey, they stopped by here. It was super cool. I hope they come back again. And one thing that they did, and I'm super curious about this, and Josh and Jace, maybe if you're watching this, I don't know, maybe you're watching this, but they went to go visit Penny the truck eating bridge. And I'm like, how did they know about it? Unless, I mean, maybe they Google searched it, but I did have a video in the front that said hidden Lansing treasure, and it showed Penny the truck eating bridge, where I was pointing at it, and I'm like, did you guys find it from my video? Because I'm the only person that did it on YouTube where I showed people that just hidden gems in Lansing. So I'm super curious. Maybe they got inspiration to go there because they saw the videos here. Who knows? But anyway, Josh and Jace came, and it was great that they were able to come here. I hope to meet them someday. That would be super great. What came to Lansing this summer? Well, if you watch my downtown video that I just recently did of the downtown, they're building a 28-story high-rise with apartment buildings and retail at the bottom. Then they're also building Brick Row in the Stadium District with 6 stores with more additional housing. So downtown has a lot of building that's happening. Another place that opened was Scooter's Coffee. So we have Big B Coffee here, we have Starbucks. But Scooter's Coffee, if you're from the Midwest, I guess Michigan is Midwest, but if you're from Missouri, I think I saw it in Missouri that they have Scooter's Coffee, and that is a popular place that has a drive-through. They put that in Frandor area. Again, Sheetz might be coming to the area. I feel like that's been on pause. So, I mean, there are some other brands coming from other states to Lansing. But earlier in the year, they had Shake Shack that came. They had Barnes & Noble that had opened earlier. Definitely things continue to come to the region. Huge things coming to downtown area. So we're definitely staying tuned for some of that stuff. And then the last thing, what is the housing market like? What is the housing market like in the summer? So the big thing with the housing market is this, is that the median sales price in June was around $265,000. That was up 2% from a year ago. So we are still in a seller's market in the month of June. Closed sales, this is a huge stat, rose to 512 homes, which was up 14% year over year. So from last June to this June, there was a 14% increase, which shows that there were more transactions happening, there was more buyer demand. The month's supply though, we're still at 2 months of inventory, and we need to have 6 months of inventory to keep it a balanced market. So we're still at 1/3 of that inventory, although I am starting to see, we are getting the month of August where listings tend to sit a little bit more. It is a slower time of year. I have told people August, September, can be a time where if you're trying to look for a deal and people are trying to get desperate to try to sell their home, you might be able to find a deal then, but those aren't the ideal times for people to move because it's the beginning of the school year. So if you're flexible on your timeline, I can definitely help you get a good deal as well. And then the median days on market was 9 days on the market. That's still incredibly low, you guys. And then sellers received an average of 101% of the asking price. It is still fully a seller's market. Don't listen to what the media says that we might be entering into a buyer's market. It's not true. And in August and September, you're gonna hear that too, okay? We still are very much in a seller's market in the greater Lansing, Michigan area. The last thing I want to feature has to do with the home affordability in the area. And I'm gonna try to explain this in 5th grade terms to some of you, okay? So the Home Affordability Index is what our association uses, and they have the Home Affordability Index at 118. So what does that mean? That means with the median purchase price of $265,000, that when they take the median income, they see that people can have 118% of the median income to be able to help qualify for that $265,000, which is a good sign. People have a lot of money to be able to put towards this. That means the affordability index is good. The time that you have to be concerned is if that affordability index goes below 100, because then that means people don't have enough money. They're below that 100% to be able to help afford a home due to the median income. Does that make sense? So if we're in the 60s, 70s, 80s, which some of these areas throughout the United States have this, then they're going to try to have to push more money out to be able to afford the median home. But if the average affordability is, hey, people have 118% of the median income to be able to afford the median home, that is great. That means it's still very affordable, and Lansing's definitely still in that. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Summer Highlights. Summer 2026 was great, but hopefully you can see Lansing has a lot going for it. It's not a boring place. So that wraps up this episode of Lansing, Michigan Life, just telling you about the different highlights. We definitely have had a very eventful summer with different things. And if you are looking to make a smooth move here, it is not that scary here with some of the first few things I brought up. It is a great place to be able to live. So I would love to be able to help you out at any time. All my contact information is in the description below. So reach out to me anytime, even through a Zoom call. And if you haven't already, please like this video and subscribe to my channel so you can be notified when brand new episodes of Lansing, Michigan Life go live. That wraps up this episode. And until next time, everybody, take care. Make it a great day.